Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to start a new Let's Play series for the visual novel Warm. I've put a link in the About page for Warm in the description below if you wanted to learn more. I don't actually know very much about this visual novel. It sounds like it's about a girl who's maybe a bit of a social outcast learning to make friends. Honestly, this didn't sound like the type of visual novel that would really speak to me or be my thing, or anything like that. But when I stumbled upon it online, the art in this opening monologue by who I'm guessing will be the protagonist immediately spoke to me. There are two kinds of people in the world, is what I think. There are normal people. Those people smile and talk easily, look people in the eye and laugh. Those people walk right up to strangers and talk to them, and come away as friends. They smile, they feel things, and they're just destined to be surrounded by people, it seems. They'll be successful and happy and loved. And then there are other people who are like me. We don't talk that easily. We don't even feel very much. At least, I don't. So yeah, it just sounds like it's really cute and wholesome and potentially really emotional, and I wanted to try it and share it with all of you. So let's dive in. Still, cold air. An expansive white world. An endless, cold blue sky. And me, a single solitary dot of color, lying in the middle of it all. I lie on my back, my arms out, staring silently into the sky. I don't know what I'm looking for up there. Maybe nothing. But I can't take my eyes away. I can't really move or do anything at all. Not because I'm pinned down, but because I just don't feel the need to. I don't want to. Truth be told, I don't even know why I'm here, or why I'm lying down. I should be cold. All I feel is numbness. I think my body has gotten used to it. I make no effort to get up. I probably should. I'll freeze to death if I stay out here. But even as I think that, I can't bring myself to care. I know I should move, but I can't make my limbs work. But it's fine. I'm used to this. I don't even feel the cold. Not really. It's all just numbness by this point. My breath floats above me in clouds. If I was looking, I know it would block out the sun. I know it's the only part of the view that changes, just white fog drifting further and further away. I don't know how long I've been here. The unchanging world, the cold, the lack of real energy. I'm used to it all. It's just how it is. And yet, again, I can't make myself care. What does it even matter, really? I keep my eyes closed, taking a deep breath through my nostrils, and I slowly let it out, letting the numbing cold overtake me. My alarm clock beeps cheerfully in my ear. Too cheerfully. I groan and bury my face in my pillow. It keeps beeping. Okay, I'm awake. I'm awake. It's not that I don't like getting up in the morning. I do. I really do. It's just that I hate the way my alarm completely decimates the quiet. I'd prefer it if I could just wake up quietly, slowly, like birds do, knowing to open their eyes at the sunrise. But I can't do that. I've tried. Set my alarm for vibrate once, and I just slept through it. Groaning in irritation again, I sit up and tap the reset button. Blessed silence. I head to the window and open the curtains. Cold morning light hits me all at once, making me squint. Once my eyes adjust, I look down to the streets below. It's still a bit early, too early for most kids my age to be outside yet. My classmates are all probably still asleep. The early risers are eating breakfast, I bet. Speaking of breakfast, I hear a distant clinking of silverware. Dad's awake already, too. But that's no surprise. He's always gotten up earlier than I have. Come to think of it, I've never figured out when he wakes up exactly. No matter how early I get up, he's there to greet me and wish me a good day at school. When I was younger, I wondered if he ever slept. To be honest, sometimes I still wonder. Megumi! Dad looks up as I enter the kitchen. He's standing over the stove, stirring something in a pot. From the smell, I can tell it's rice porridge. Another sniff confirms he's added chocolate to it. Good morning, sweetie. Morning, Dad. I stand on tiptoe to give him a hug, and then head to the fridge. Your bento is on the second shelf. Thank you. Sure enough, there it is, a little box wrapped in pink and yellow cloth. A little cuter than I would like, but Dad bought it for me. I can't say no or buy a plainer cloth, can I? As I pull it out, Dad keeps talking. I thought you'd like a treat today, so it's fried chicken for your meat. I feel myself smile despite myself. Thanks, Dad. I close the fridge, adjust my hold on my bento, and turn around. I'm off. Huh? Already? Dad puts the wooden spoon in the pot and follows me to the doorway. You meeting someone? No, I'm just helping out at school again. I see. Dad sounds a little hurt. But you're not going without breakfast, are you? You know, breakfast's the most important meal of the day, especially for a girl your age. 7-year-olds need a good meal in the morning. Dad, I'm 11. You know that. He laughs. I feel some of the guilt that settled over me fade. I'll eat some bread at school. It's fine. But it's supposed to be colder than usual today. I'd rather you have something hot to start your day with. I'll be fine. Dad just stares at me, chewing on the inside of his cheek. But then he finally speaks again. If you have to leave now, at least take some with you. I wait as he heads back to the kitchen. A moment later, he returns with a thermos full of rice porridge, pressing it into my hands. There, make sure you eat it before class starts. You can buy yourself bread like usual if you want, but make sure you eat this. Despite his smile, his voice is stern. I know he means business. Okay, I will. Seemingly satisfied, Dad kisses the top of my head as I slip my shoes and coat on. Have a good day, sweetheart. You too. I'm off now. With the door closing behind me, I'm back on my own. The streets are still quiet, stretching out all around. I don't mind though. I like this time of day. It's part of why I get up so early in the first place. A few steps away from my house, I stop and take out the thermos. Even though I don't feel colder than usual, I might as well have a little something in my stomach now. What's the harm? Normally I don't mind waiting until school, but since Dad did go to this trouble, I tilt back the thermos and take a small drink bite of the rice porridge. Ooh. It's still hot, so much that I have to open my mouth to let the winter air cool it a bit. As it cools, my breath and the steam fogging up in front of me, I realize it's pretty good. The chocolate is rich, so I can actually taste it, instead of just adding color. Some of the chocolate hasn't melted yet, so there are little pieces in it. Really, Dad's spoiling me today. I chew a bit and swallow, screw the lid back on the thermos, and continue to school. I've always walked to school by myself since the 2nd grade. This is a quiet, safe town, so there's never been any problem there, and it's nice to walk alone too. The quiet is comforting. The emptiness makes me feel like I'm in my own world. It's a nice break before class starts, and I have to deal with all the noise, bright lights, and... I just like this time of day. Feeling like I have my own world, instead of being a tiny part of a giant crowded one. It's not that I don't like people. I don't mind them at all. But it's nice to feel like I have a good reason to be alone. It feels better. Better than the alternative. It's still so early in the day, so I take my time, keeping my steps slow and small. I get to school with plenty of time to spare, as usual. I might be the first one here, even before the club goers. Not that I know for sure, of course. I never see anyone else before I reach the classroom. And even if I did, nobody would really talk to me. I step through the gates, beginning my walk across the grounds. Wait, no! Huh? A girl stands directly in my path, frowning at her cell phone. Oblivious to my presence, she starts swiping her fingertip across the screen. Wait, no! Since she's facing me, she probably was on her way to the gates, or maybe she got turned around. It's probably the latter. This is such a small town that everyone knows everyone, and I definitely don't recognize this girl. She must be a transfer. She still doesn't notice me, just chewing on her lip as she taps at her phone. Was it that way, or... Oh, jeez. This is the worst. Huh? She finally looks up, spotting me. Her entire being just lights up, and she waves me over. Hey! Hey! You go to this school, right? Yeah. Do you need help? As class leader, I can't ignore someone in need. I mean, not that I'd ignore her if I weren't the class leader. She's clearly lost. Only a jerk wouldn't help. Yeah! The girl shows me her phone. I see a map from the school, clearly emailed by the principal. So I was right, she is a transfer. So I'm trying to get to the principal's office, but, get this. She laughs awkwardly. I can't find it. Can you help me? Sure, that's easy. I take the phone from her, zooming in on one part of the map. I point to the doors with my fingertip. So, we're here, and the entrance is right in front of us. Really? I tried the door and nothing happened. Ah, that's why she was wandering around outside. She probably thinks there's another way in, like the back. I shake my head. No, this early only one of the doors is open. You have to open the one farthest on the left. They unlock the rest of them in half an hour. The girl just stares at me, confusion fading. I look back at her phone, gesturing for her to look. When you go through the door, just go down the hall on the left side. You'll find the principal's office about halfway down. Do you need me to walk you there? If she's a transfer, she might want the help, right? But the girl just waves her hand at me and takes back her phone. Nope, I think I can find it now. Left hall and I'll find it easy, right? Thanks. She runs off without waiting for me to respond. I walk after her, watching as she hesitates in front of the doors before finding the leftmost one, as I said. She looks over her shoulder at me once more, waving while grinning broadly before she skips inside. Huh. That was an unusual break from routine. I should have done the polite thing and introduced myself, I realized. But I guess it doesn't matter now. Ah, Shimizu. My teacher, Ms. Haruna, looks up from her lesson plans as I walk through the door. Good morning. Good morning. What do you need me to do today? Ms. Haruna makes a slight face. Not a lot, but if you could clap out the erasers a bit, it'd be a big help. I don't think Inoue did it hard enough. I nod and get started. As I grab the erasers and move to open a window, Ms. Haruna keeps talking to me. You know, Shimizu, you don't have to do this every day. I'm the class leader. I have responsibilities. Besides, I don't mind helping out a bit. I briefly shiver in the cold air that floats into the room and give the erasers a good, hard clap. I'm used to it. It's fine. You still can help me out. You can still help me without coming in so early. Not that I don't appreciate the help, of course, but... Miss Haruna is a relatively new teacher at this school. When we began the school year, our first year of middle school, she'd shyly explained she'd only been teaching for 2 years before. This was her 3rd year. Since she's so young, it sometimes feels less like she's our teacher and more like our older sister. Or a really young aunt. She's a great teacher. I like her. So I offer my help as part of my responsibilities as class leader. It's a win-win situation, really. She gets help before class starts, and I get some extra peace and quiet. It's not that I hate my classmates or anything. It's just... I give the erasers another hard clap, sending the chalk dust into the air. It's just that it's easier to be by yourself when you're alone than when you're in a crowded room. It's fine, though. I'm used to it. I just learned to enjoy the peace and quiet. I've clapped the erasers clean, polished a few desks, and made copies of tomorrow's math quiz when the first students start to filter in. Ms. Haruna excuses herself for a bit, and I head back to my desk. I take the opportunity to finish my rice porridge. The thermos has kept it hot, but it's cold enough so I can eat it without burning myself. Everyone starts talking at their desks, gossiping and double-checking homework with one another, grabbing pencil cases. I keep to myself, staying at my desk. Even when my breakfast is finished, all I do is take out my homework and look over it. The voices wash over me like a gentle wave, white noise. That is until... Please, you! I don't know. I look up from my English paper to see a familiar sight. Yu Ueda stands by her desk, fidgeting nervously. In front of her, her best friend Tomomi Inoue bows and presses her hands together pleadingly. Also, these names appear to be Japanese. I'm really sorry if I'm butchering them. If any of you know how to pronounce them, please feel free to leave a comment below, so that way I don't continue to mess it up. Please, you, I'm begging you, just let me copy your homework. Despite their hushed voices, I can hear them perfectly. Then again, they have nearly the same conversation every day, so maybe I'm just supplying the script myself. Ms. Haruna will find out. We're gonna get in trouble. And wait a minute, why didn't you do it yourself? We've only had 10 questions, and it was open book. Inoue toes at the floor, her head bowed and her hands twisting in a shadow of sheepishness. I got distracted by Pretty Soldier Sparkles. I thought I'd watch the first episode for fun, and before I knew it, I was binging the entire thing. Ugh. You didn't do it because you were watching anime? But that's what happened last time. I swear I didn't do it on purpose, you. But before I knew it, it was past my bedtime and I hadn't done a single problem. Inoue goes back to her begging. So please, please, just let me do this. Aren't you my best friend? Don't you want me to pass? Of course I do, but... Inoue suddenly sniffles. It's loud and obnoxious. Look, I'm sorry I'm such a bad friend asking you for this all the time. Her voice is quavery, tight as a violin string. She sniffs again. And I understand if you never want to be friends again, but if you could just help me. Tomomi. Ueda is faltering. I don't want not to be friends, I know you can't ever forgive me. Not after all the times I've asked this, but if you just did it one more time. If you cared about me at all, you'd... Inoue punctuates her pleas with a tiny sob. I've had enough. This is just irritating. I slap down my homework on the top of my desk and stalk over to the girls. Inoue. Ueda and Inoue look at me in shock. I guess they didn't notice I was here until I spoke up. Ueda flinches a bit, twisting her hands together anxiously. She has the decency to look embarrassed. Inoue just gapes at me like a fish. Her face, and her eyes, totally dry. I frown at her. Inoue, leave Ueda alone. You should have done the work yourself. Stop making Ueda do it for you. I don't make her do it for me. She does her homework and then you copy it? Sounds like you have her do all the work to me. Every day since first grade, I've had to hear this exchange. Really, I'm amazed Inoue has made it this far into school. But Ueda doesn't deserve this. I have to say something. And stop fake crying. It's annoying and it's not fooling anyone. Ah! Inoue promptly bursts into tears and runs to a corner of the room. Ueda hesitates, shifting her feet as she looks from Inoue to me, then to Inoue, then to me. And then she finally grabs her bag and rushes to the corner to comfort Inoue. I sigh, watching her try to speak to her friend, but Inoue just keeps shaking her head, wailing louder into her hands. Ueda tries a few more times to placate her and finally reaches into her school bag. Pulling out a piece of paper, she holds it in front of Inoue's covered face and puts a hand on her arm. Inoue immediately uncovers her face and with an audible shout of delight, grabs the paper. I sigh and head back to my seat. There's not a lot I can do, is there? I can talk to her all I want, but in the end, Inoue will just do as she pleases. I can't force her to stop bullying Ueda. And Miss Haruna can't stop her because she doesn't know, because Inoue is so careful not to do it when Haruna can see. I can't even tell Miss Haruna about it myself because, well, how would that sound? Someone is cheating and bullying someone, but she only does it when your back is turned. And since Inoue changes her answers just enough for Ueda's, there's no proof of the cheating either. Miss Haruna can't go up to a student and accuse them of cheating. She'd get in huge trouble. All I can do is keep talking to Inoue whenever this happens and hope that someday it sticks, though I'm starting to doubt it ever will. More students filter in. The noise level steadily increases, and suddenly I hear two more familiar voices. Hey, Megumi! I look up to see two more girls. Junko Kotobuki and Amy Fujita stand by my desk. They greet me with bright smiles. Morning. Good morning. Morning. I'm a bit confused as to why they're talking to me. We were never really that close. My eyes land on the bandage on Kotobuki's face. Kotobuki, did something happen? Huh? Oh, this? She briefly points at the band-aid and shakes her head. No, this is for fashion. I saw it online in the new issue of Pop Berry. You just put them on your face like stickers, see? You pretend to be hurt for fashion? Kotobuki laughs. No, it's not pretending to be hurt. It's an accessory. Fujita pipes up. Like stickers for your face. Yeah, and you can get fun shapes and colors too. You want to try? I've brought a box with me. No. Oh, you sure? You'd look cute. I am sure. The two exchange looks, smiles fading. They look like they want to say more, but then someone calls out to them. With one more look at me, they drift off and I'm left alone again. Apart from Inoue, Kotobuki, and Fujita have been the other two constants in my school life. Oh, all of my other classmates have rotated through the years, but somehow those three have always been in a class with me. I think that might be part of why Kotobuki and Fujita talk to me so familiarly. We've always been in the same class, so in a way it's like we're friends. Or rather, they talk to me like I'm their friend. That might not be the entire reason, though. Up until last year, our last year of elementary school, we only exchanged greetings, but back then... I walk down the hall to the classroom, a stack of papers in my hand. It's quiz day, and the teacher trusted me enough to make copies for him to pass out to us. Class will be starting soon, so I have to get them to him as fast as I can. However, as I start to move past the girls' bathroom, hurry, hurry! I pause, hearing a familiar voice. Accompanying the whispered hurries is a crinkle of cellophane, the rustling of tissue paper. That's weird. It's coming from the bathroom too. Give me a drink of your juice. Okay, not all of it. Hey! Is someone eating in there? That's gross. I set the papers down on the bench and fling open the door. Kotobuki and Fujita are looking up at me from where they sit on the floor, caught red-handed, a bit literally in Kotobuki's case, as bean paste spills out of her onpan and onto her fingers. Crumpled wrappers lay at their feet. A convenience store bag sits on the floor beside them. It looks like a picnic in here. The girls just stare at me, food halfway in their mouths. I stare back at them. A whole minute ticks by with nobody saying anything. But I have to ask, what are you two doing? Kotobuki blinks slowly. Eating? Like it's some kind of trick question. Why are you eating in the bathroom? Kotobuki lowers her snack. It's cleaner than you'd think? I know the bathrooms are clean. We have good janitors here. That's not the point. Why are you eating in here? Fujita hums a bit. Well, we were hungry, and the bathroom was the closest private place to eat. You could eat in the classroom, you know. No way. Kotobuki sounds horrified. You're working in there. We'd just make a mess and then you'd have to clean up after us. Even if we did clean the mess ourselves, which we totally would have done, then we'd just be in the way. No, you wouldn't. They'd just be at their desks. That's not in the way at all. Do you eat in the bathroom every day? No. Kotobuki shakes her head. She seems comfortable again because she takes a bite of her food instead of leaving it in midair. But I had to leave early today because Mom had an early shift, so I didn't have time to eat breakfast. So she called me, and I brought her some snacks from the convenience store and offered to eat with her. It's lonely eating by yourself, right? I pressed my lips together. I eat my lunch alone all the time, and I don't feel anything about it. But then, I'm not normal, so you stopped by the convenience store and got breakfast. Yep. And decided to eat in the bathroom. Kotobuki and Fujita seemed to wilt. It seemed like a good idea at the time. I sigh. Even if I don't know them well, it's wrong to just leave this as is. I can't just turn around and leave. Get your food and follow me. Where are we going? The classroom. Duh. Huh? You won't be in the way if you stay at your desks and throw your wrappers out yourselves. Besides, I'm almost done, so there won't be any trouble, and I'd feel better having you eaten there than eat here with all the toilets. Aw, you're really nice, Megumi. The girls gathered the bag and wrappers, jumping to their feet. It feels weird to be called by my first name so suddenly. It's Shimizu. Nah, Megumi feels better now. Thanks, Megumi. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna end the part right here. I know it's a little bit of an awkward place to stop. It looks like we've gotten a little bit of an insight into Megumi's character. It seems like she's definitely somebody who doesn't really fit in. Whether or not that's because of who she is or who she thinks she is isn't quite clear to me yet. It seems like she's kind of antisocial, but it seems like her classmates seem to like her and everything, so I'm really interested to see where their relationships go. I'm also interested in learning more about the mysterious new girl who she just met on her way to school and seeing how she fits into the story. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. If you want, please like, comment, and subscribe, but no pressure, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye!